think this is kind of an interesting question um, because of all the tariffs and retaliation, etc. It's just to understand. I think there's a weakness here that people haven't realized. Uh, how much national debt does America have? I'm always kind of surprised at this. I think people don't realize it. Not saying that tariffs are the solution, but I just think that it's important to understand. So, with Claude, we're just at October 2024, and the debt was approximately $35 trillion. That's, I can't even imagine how much money that is. And it's been steadily increasing over time with significant growth in recent years due to various spending initiatives, tax policies, and economic factors. It consists of public debt. I keep saying death. I think it's just so scary. Held by individuals, corporations, and foreign governments, and intragovernmental holdings, debt that one part of the government owes another. Okay, well, interesting. And who has lent all this money? America. So it's a phenomenal amount of money. I'd say if you ask most Americans, they wouldn't be aware of it. But foreign governments and investors, and this is why I'm asking the question, the number one country is Japan and then China. So they're the largest foreign holders, and each of them owning over 1 trillion in US Treasury securities. So the other ones would be the UK, Ireland, Luxembourg, Switzerland, and various oil exporting nations. Domestic and private sector, you're looking at US banks, individual investors, states, and government. And the Fed has increased its holdings on Treasury securities. Can they ask for the money back? Can China ask for their money back? Because this is a very precarious situation for America when you're talking about Trump and Xi and that they're fighting there. China doesn't have the ability to ask for the money back. This is how it works. So this is our personal tutor of the day. So when China purchases US Treasury securities in this case, they're essentially buying bonds with specific maturity dates. So you can only, when they're mature, do you get your money. And these bonds work like any other financial instrument. So China can hold the bonds until maturity. And at that point, then, say it matures today, then the US government repays the principal. So if it's 1 trillion, they have to pay them back 1 trillion. But China gets regular interest payments while they hold the bond. So they might get, 10 million a year. And China can sell those bonds on the secondary market to other investors before maturity if they want to liquidate their position. So China could say, for example, sell the bonds to Japan if they want to. What China can't do, and this is true of all loans, is you can't demand early repayment directly from the US government. So say it's to mature in 2030, they can't say today, based on the tariffs, that they're annoyed saying, give us back our money. The US is only obliged to repay the bond when they mature according to their predetermined schedule. So it means that, yes, they do owe a lot of money to Japan and China particularly, but that only has to be paid on the maturity date. But there is a considerable amount of debt mounting within China. And at some stage, I think some government will have to deal with that. But considering it's the kind of most wealthiest country in the world, you would expect that would be easily achieved. So that's our lesson today on treasury bonds, and can you just demand, give me the money? Apparently China and Japan cannot do that until the maturity date.